Hebrew and Bible Academy. We're going into, you got it, the creation of the universe, how all things were created. Who is God and what was God during creation? We're going to emphasize and focus on the God of all gods, the great I am. Who was he? Who is he? Okay. And that links into really a lesson we're going into now. The second wave leading to the beast, because folks, you have to realize time was created for judgment. The Most High is so high level, supernatural beyond supernatural, that he created time outside of his space, in which he can actually have access to any part of it at any time. It's like if I made this cup right here, right? I'm on the outside of the cup. That cup has no bearing on the creator. I'm on the outside of it. I can do whatever I would like to do with this cup. I can move it. I can do whatever because I'm outside of it. Time is on the outside of the Most High's power. And what's so important that we understand that the judgment has already been written. It was already dealt with from the beginning. And it links into where we are right now. When I'm going into the second wave leading to the beast. We're real time dealing with prophecy. But we were born in the earth at this time to let you understand that all of this was written. And the judgment wasn't, I'm going to tell you, the judgment wasn't meant for the righteous. What's going down on the earth right now is a spat that began a long time ago before earth was created. We're just getting caught in the crosswind of it. So as I go into this, to have you understand the prophecies concerning this, know that the Most High is battling on every level, not just a human level, a celestial level. So he was on the outside of time when it was created for a judgment. We're being caught up in the crosswind of it. And the only way we're caught up is through our sins, our hang-ups, us getting caught up into the illusions that they've put out there as distractions, us not linking all the way in with the Most High to see it as he made it. See? So I'm going to be going into that October the 11th, the power of the Most High. He's on the outside of time, folks. We're experiencing time. Okay, when I got up this morning, I'm like, I want brothers and sisters to really understand the importance of some of the lessons we've been going into. Okay, because we're moving into a tribal society in which the relationships you've developed will be the relationships that will guide you into safety or altogether your destruction. Everyone is going into a tribal mode right now. And the Most High is doing this all over the earth, not just with Israel. He's doing it in preparation for the wilderness. So the whole earth is going tribal because we're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. But the Most High is doing this on purpose. And all those with personal hang-ups and all these things they've been dealing with and don't get it together and understand where you need to be. When it all go down, there'll be no one to blame but yourself. And we were born for this time to drop what's happening. When we go into it in the lessons. You have people get personal and saying bashing and this, that, and the other. Let me tell you, people can think what they want. They can feel they're being bashed and all that. But let me tell you, if it's not corrected, that behavior is not going to make it from point A to point B. So, and when it comes to prophecies, whether you're an unbeliever who don't believe in the Bible or whatever the case is, hey, That's your personal opinion. And guess what? You have the right to that. But the prophecies, you will experience the prophecies of this Bible, whether you believe in God or not. Whether you believe in the Bible or not, we all are experiencing its prophecies. And I'm breaking it down on that level. Okay. So October the 11th, we'll be going into it. Let me get right back where we are. Here it is. Today we're going into the second wave leading to the beast. How many of you, when the ball dropped January 1st, bringing in the new year 2000 so-called 20? How many of you knew that the whole earth would get shut down and planes would be actually landed and could not fly, and that supermarkets would be commandeered by government? That's what happened right up under your nose. And that people would be walking around like some germ is going on with a mask and all that. January the 1st, when the party was going on and you had all these aspirations for the future, how many of you knew that we would be experiencing what we are experiencing right now? It came out of nowhere, didn't it? Everything going forward, folks, is going to come out of nowhere. You're not going to be prepared for it. Just like what you are experiencing now. Everything. If you don't get on the right side of the Most High and understand this word, you will be taken. It will hit you like a thief in the night. Just like COVID came, and this is what they have engineered. Folks, everything we're talking about, we were prophesying these things on the corners in the early 2000s, in the mid 2000, 2008, 2009. It didn't take us by storm. Okay? Get on the right side. We're going to now introduce to you that everything you're seeing is engineered. And it's engineered by a special group of people. Okay? You are being impacted. We all are in this earth, folks, by a fraternity, a religious fraternity from ancient Babylon. The Romans took it up. The elites are controlling things to keep you diverted from what? Jacob. All over the earth. Releasing themselves through the power of their God from bondage. We have so many dynamics going on here. We have the elite powers trying to keep control and power, while God, the God of Israel, who created everything, is working in the earth with his angels, gathering the elect and awakening God's people. And it's going to come to an apex. Only 10% of the earth will make it through this. Anyone with hang-ups and don't believe in all that, you're not even in the narrative anyway. You're not even going to make it that far. Okay? So anybody, well, I don't believe. How do we know it's the truth? I don't care about what God says. This always happened in the earth. No, it hasn't. How many times you've seen in the earth where the whole earth together was on cold with masks on, believing in something that they can't see themselves, but are afraid and so uncertain and confused to what's happening geopolitically. This has never happened before, folks. Look at your screen. We're going in. Look at your screen.
Founders.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Hold up now. Listen to this again. Once more.
Founders.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle.
A rule of law, not the law of the jungle. When he was speaking of the law of the jungle, folks, what he was talking about? The laws that were given to the children of Israel who ran into the jungle, fleeing Roman persecution. This was an open proclamation through the White House, an all-out public proclamation to the elite that they are about to go to war against Jacob and the God of Jacob. Listen again.
Founders.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
So that means...
Of its founders.
So that means you will no longer be ruled under sovereign laws, which separates your country from other countries. That the whole earth will be ruled through a UN council. So in order for them to do this, brothers and sisters, they would have to do what? Implode or destroy any beacon of freedom the earth has left in existence. Are you seeing this? So you thought it was about a virus. No. What happened in September 11th, 2001, which under George W. was a continuation of what his father laid the ground for. It was the beginning of going all over the earth, setting up this order against God's people. Okay? Follow what I'm showing you here. They're against who? The people or the law of the jungle. That's Jacob, folks. This is why they are now pulling out their plants like Danny Glover, Micah Pfeiffer and all that, and going to try to come out with a video or a movie to demonize Israelites. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you this, folks. Now that the Most High has began to communicate directly with us and we're no longer under the control of Zionism and Zionistic deceptions when it comes to their education and their theology. They've always controlled from Rome. Rome been using the Zionists to control Christian churches. Listen to this. Muslim mosques. Okay? Christian churches, Muslim mosques, and academia. Look at your screen now. Follow me. So they've been using these Jesuits, these Zionists, to run interference, to keep us distracted, knowing that God is waking up our people. So there's a race. The race is to take these people down before what? Before the prophecies concerning them in the wilderness are fulfilled. That's their plan. Look at your screen, if you may.